All right. We got some taunts. The players are waiting for game and getting into it. So Falcon versus Puff, a matchup classic. I think over the years, this was one where Hungrybox hadn't lost ever, and then finally started to bleed to a couple different Falcons. So
Mm-hmm.
the Falcons are catching up.
Yeah, I mean, Falcon has a punish game on Puff, which
Yeah.
is something that cannot always be said.
Yeah, true.
And so that, leaves the door open. But as we were sort of talking about before, Chango, one of those sort of floaties that kind of reigns supreme over the top of Washington. There was that
Mhm.
tournament graphic from a couple of years ago that
Yeah.
everyone saw. It was just Peach Puff, Peach Puff, Peach Puff.
And then one
Uh,
Luigi, right? I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think Master actually won.
Yep,
So
exactly.
Luigi at the top, and then a cascade of peaches and puffs.
Let's go. But yeah, this is an interesting matchup. I think for a while, the first thing that people notice is that Puff can crouch under Falcon's grab, and that
Mhm.
like for a long time, that's the most important thing in the matchup, right? Like as people get better at the game, they first have to overcome that hurdle, and then Falcon starts spamming stomp. Ooh, down throw knee is a confirmed though. So yeah, I think that once you condition them to start respecting the stomp, they shield a lot, and then you can find your grabs and grab
Yeah,
kills. So.
and Falcon isn't bad at that. Like the aerial mobility combined with like hitboxes that are going to break Puff's crouch canceling and ASDIing down are going to, make for accommodation that'll force them to like shield more often in neutral, which, you can grab when you do that. I don't know if you knew that, but when someone shields, you can grab them.
Yeah, I think that was an old KJH tweet. He was like, somebody beat me up and just tell me that grab beats shield or something. Like, we really do just forget that,
Sometimes I decide to play rock, paper, scissors without paper. And that's
Exactly,
just how it goes.
yeah. Okay, how
Oh
many
my
upbeats can we
goodness.
get? Just 2. We'll take the damage, though, Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
that, like, the mix-ups we're describing is definitely, like, one way to play the matchup, and then the other way to play the matchup is to camper, which is we've kind of seen from Wizrobe, who you can kind of do, like, the top platform back air stuff, and she also struggles to do with that.
Oh, yeah.
So, Falcon kind of has a couple ways to play the matchup, but you gotta be so on point, because she's so good at punishing little mistakes. So, right now, Chango is controlling center stage really well, and it's boxing him out. Huge punish game. Oof.
There's the game plan.
Yep. Finds his up air. He still needs a couple more. Edge guarding Jigglypuff is kind of unique. It tends to not be a traditional edge guard. It's almost like you're juggling her off stage, where you just have to make it really hard for her to get back.
Yeah.
And you kind of prioritize not letting her get back like on stage and not letting her get back to the edge, not letting her get back from the edge. And it's like a multi-step process. And I think some people just get bored. They like try to edge guard Puff, they get bored, and so they don't, like oh,
say I'll find a knee somewhere. It's okay.
Exactly. You're like, oh, she'll come back. I'll find a down throw knee. Like.
But when that happens, that's when Chango builds the lead up, and
Exactly.
it's looking nice.
Oh, he misses the edge though. That is almost how it starts, but not quite.
It gets clipped by the get up attack also.
Yeah. This is hard. I mean, this is one where Chango seems to have a big enough lead to where he can probably just walk it in, but you can't get too complacent. Like we said, Falcon does have the punish game on it, but a straight back air is going to set up for a really easy edge guard here. Nice.
Yep.
And Chango takes game 1. So I don't know if these are best of 5s. Might stay on the overlay somewhere. But yeah. Losers 8th. Who knows, But
definitely best of 3 up to this point. But
Yep.
We're on. It's a 2-day tournament, baby.
Yeah.
Championship Thursday.
2-day tournaments are like more and more common. Like I'm like part of the TMT series, which happens like ladder format on Monday and a bracket on Tuesday. And now we have like bigger tournaments like this can do 2-day tournaments. And before that was a thing that could only happen at like big nationals because you need people to like be in a hotel for that, But now we can just be like.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the 2-day weekday tournament is kind of a novel idea here.
Yep.
Venueless tournaments
exactly
are just built different.
All right, so we go to Pokemon Stadium, which gives him more space to kind of avoid it, because like he definitely had trouble with Chango in center stage, and on this stage when Chango has center stage, he's not controlling the corner as well most of the time. You have more space to work with. So.
Yeah, takes away that top platform, but that's as you mentioned, not really what Polo has been going for here.
But he does find a down throw knee, so reliable. Oh. Yeah, he's definitely pretty good at finding these grabs. He's like forcing the Puff to shield and then
Mhm.
capitalizing immediately. So Puff kind of wants to play grounded. Ooh, finds a forward air, finds a back air.
Yeah, just reached a little bit with the stomp and still here though.
Yep, yep. And that's a huge deal. When you just barely survive something and get like
Yeah.
30 more damage, like
Especially against
oh,
Jigglypuff, right? It's going to rack up so much quicker,
yep,
and build to a percentage where you can get a KO. But, same thing for Chango, though. Survives the knee.
yep, yep. Yeah, I think because I think I like to think of kind of stocks where you have like the low percents you got to get past and then the high percents you got to get past. Because at low percents, you've got to figure out how to deal with crouch canceling, right?
Hmm.
And you have to do that 4 different times to win a game. Because every stock they have the 0 to 40% crouch cancel range, and so if you
Oof.
can
Oh,
find the
wow.
Rodney, okay,
Just calls it out.
yeah. So yeah, but any time that you can delay how long before you even have to start using your crouch cancel percents, that's so nice. 'Cause
Right. Absolutely.
oh, crouches under a couple jabs. Up air, tech chase. Ooh, doesn't go for the tech chase rest, but he finds the up air. Oh my god. Opts not to go for the rest and almost gets the kill anyways, but now maybe he's starting to regret it. Maybe he's wishing he'd gone for the rest.
Chango is absolutely a juggler from what I've seen. He got like 7 up airs in a row against Yingling last night.
Dang.
We have a Puff CPU 0 who will like almost always go for tech chase rest, and so Chango was just doing aerials, and we were like, "That's not Patrick. Patrick would have hit that." Oh, a tomahawk grab!
Yeah, tomahawk grab's another great mix-up. Like out of the short hop, you're conditioned to start shielding because that's what that's where stomp comes out. And then once he short hops, oh, this time he does stomp, so he's really utilizing both sides of this mix-up here, and he's kind of winning it over and over again. Who needs rock, paper, scissors? You just need rock and paper,
Yeah. Absolutely. Falcon doesn't really want to use scissors.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't really have a good way to escape the scissors.
Yeah. His knee is definitely the rock, and then oh, and he just finds a Ronnie. Why not?
Man.
Dang. That was like reminiscent of Silent Spectre. He would always find the most random, just full hop, double jump, falling knees, no fast fall or something like.
Polo finding these garden variety kill confirms.
So definitely got quite a few down throw knees and then got quite a few raw knees. So yeah, he's definitely showing that he's fast. He's got enough matchup knowledge to play the right mix-ups and stuff. Kind of got a little smothered in the first game, so we'll see if going back to a small stage makes it hard again for him, or if he's kind of figured something out here. Oh,
I am not used to seeing FOD shiny like this anymore.
I know. Yeah, it's crisp. I don't know if you saw, but there was a new low res melee that just came out that can be played on, like, super low end PCs and stuff. It's like
that's great. I'm all for things to make melee more accessible.
Yeah, the rate at which we're getting more and more accessibility is crazy nowadays.
Some kids out there, they've only got MacBooks. That's all they have in this world for video gaming.
All right, so far Chango's showing that the small stage does favor him right away. This is not only a small stage that might be good for Puff, but also a stage that's just kind of tough to maneuver around for Falcon.
The classic bad Falcon stage.
Oh,
I'm sure had Slime made it to this commentary block, he'd have some choice words.
Of course. I do think that Falcon has some benefits on this stage as well. No doubt the fact that you can't short hop and air stomp sometimes really sucks. But sometimes you can just stomp through the platform repeatedly, and that's all you need for neutral, right? And he still has run off up airs and stuff. Oh, soft knee to knee. All right, that's all you need too. Sometimes the stage is just FD.
Oh no, I'm so far behind you. 1 sec.
Oh no.
Let me see if I can
take my word
here.
for it. Soft knee to knee totally happened.
Yeah.
I think at worst you can also watch through my screen share on Discord. Which is,
that's true.
So maybe do that. So, finds a tech chase or a dash dance grab, couple up airs.
There we go.
Nice, we're in there. Right.
Toes.
Puff definitely. It's funny because sometimes it looks like if you just pause the game and you lied to me about who was winning, it would look like Puff is really struggling.
Right.
But then when you look at the fact that Puff is up a clean stock, you realize that it's actually Falcon who's really struggling to find a way in.
Right.
Because it's like Puff is in the corner just throwing out back air. It's like, oh, look how scared she is. And then actually, no, he's just commandingly in the lead right now.
Oh, the drift back gets there.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, it's so tough to approach the corner when the side platforms aren't set up for Falcon.
And these, these raw knees that worked so well the last game are not looking quite as good when Polo is down a stock. But
yeah, and when there's just a platform above him all the way in the corner, right above him. Like it's like some of the ways he was finding the raw knees are just not possible now.
Yeah, so. a lot of factors not working in Polo's favor here.
Yep.
Oh, and again, Chango.
A lot of grabs. Puff's another one who gets a lot of a grab, so they kind of both can mess each other up for getting grabs. Oh, another crouch. Yeah, didn't go for the rest, but...
Yeah, Chango has had so many tantalizing opportunities. Exactly. 0 rests in this set.
This is not Patrick,
It really isn't.
Ooh, but just like that, he ties it back up to 1 stock, which is scary. A little less scary as a Puff, I think. Sometimes as a Spacey, you get down to your last stock and you're like, I'm about to die at 0, aren't I?
Yeah.
But as a Puff, sometimes you're like...
The Falcon air wobble to rest is back on the table.
True.
For as much as we say that about Jigglypuff.
Oh, got 2 up airs. Is that how it starts? Ooh. Adding these little weights before you kind of explode forward as Falcon can be so jarring. But nope, a stray aerial from Puff is going to close it out.
Yeah, just kind of got stuck in the movement.
We'll soon find out if they're done with the set or if they're
very interested to know this information.
Yep. We're very well-informed commentators who know exactly how to bring you guys the up-to-date information.
I definitely wasn't informed that I was commentating 5 minutes before the block or anything like that. So you're in good hands.
Exactly, yeah. Great hands.
All right, best of 5 it is.
As we knew, of course. Ooh, so interestingly, Polo chooses to go back to a small stage. So I kind of thought that like getting smothered was the problem, but maybe he felt it really that the small platforms were the problem.
He might have been looking at the platforms and not the blast zone size.
yeah.
Or the stage size.
Right. He might be right here. He does seem to be faring a bit better. Controlling center stage seems a little easier on this stage when there's no randomness to it. So. All right. Puff kind of artfully dancing around Falcon's shield.
Yeah. We'll see if Chango starts to pick up on any of these options that Polo is using for escaping the corner.
Right, yep. Yeah, because that's it. Like, Puff kind of hits your shield over and over again, but what she really wants to do is catch you out of shield. Like, she wants to get a read on how it is you're escaping. Are you full hopping out? Are you wave dashing out? And if she knows, she can just place a move there, so. Oh, trades with the up air. Wow. Puff's falling there just beats up air somehow. Just perfectly timed. Couple forward airs to knock him off stage, and Puff takes the first stock. This is where he starts milking the lead. Forces Falcon to approach into the corner when he has the lead and just strategically release down. But he does find a stray back air, so that killed early. So that's the kind of big action. Yeah. Oh, the third stomp. I love it. I thought that he would switch to start going to up air for some of the air wobble, but the stomp had a really high chance of leading to more, right? So, oh my god, the stomp needed knee.
Needed knee again.
Openings per kill, 2.
I didn't see the first one, but I'm really glad I got to see that one.
Yeah, nice. Oh. Yeah, it definitely seems to be that, stomp to grab. Polo's kind of figured out how to find like these little weights before approaching from really far away. And it's giving him like unpredictable attack timings from a range where Chango's not able to like threaten him back. So I really like kind of how he's kind of adapted. Before he seemed like he was really struggling to approach into the corner. Now he's just figured out how to do it. And just four into the kill? Oh man.
My word.
That was an air wobble without the rest. He just air wobbled him until he died.
It's like when you end the wobble with forward tilt and it still kills.
Yeah. It's like drop the grab release forward tilt. Oh. Yeah, that suddenly looks like he's the one getting boxed out with Puff having to figure out how to get out of the corner.
Without the lead, that situation looks a whole lot different.
Oh, finds a tomahawk grab. Puff can still nickel and dime her way back in here. It's kind of figuring out a way to, if he doesn't get hit for a while, suddenly it's like, wait a second, how did I lose my lead so fast?
Right.
Oh, a couple up airs pushes him off. The way they kind of just dance right outside each other's ranges makes it really tense, but 3 back airs. It's really hard when you know you've missed a DI on the first one. Oh!
Polo lives.
Switch to the correct DI, but this time, and he finds the, nair to up air, not quite closing it out. Yeah, Falcon surviving that makes the matchup much less stressful for him right now. He's no longer afraid of just a random up tilt rest killing him and clutching it out, so. Scar jump up air for the fans.
Doesn't quite send the right way, but we'll take it.
Yep. Oh, and he finds the back air.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's starting to get into straight back air kill range now, so just picks it up.
Like unlock more and more options as the percents get higher. Like your character, it's like you've unlocked, like in Metroid or something, you're like, you've unlocked straight back air, you know? So pretty good. So now we're going to game 5, and I imagine we're going to see a bigger stage than that, but who knows?
Yeah, one would think with FOD off the board, probably going to be Dreamland. Yep.
So I imagine that Falcon's going to like neutral on this stage, but he's going to dislike that Puff lives for 40% more.
Right, yeah. I mean, there were a lot of, at least 3 pretty early KOs in that last game that Polo will absolutely not benefit from in this game. But, no. Oh, no.
Jump knee, so tight. Oh, that's a shame. But yeah, this is going to be reminiscent of, like, if he wins this one, it's going to have to be in the fashion that he did so on Pokemon Stadium.
Right.
So far, he's kind of shown this, like, movement-based style and then the kind of smother-based style on Yoshi. So we'll kind of see which one he able to capitalize on this time. Don't get too antsy. Don't just run into the corner here, you know?
It's so tough.
Puff loves watching you just get bored. I always joke because I think it was Plup who tweeted he like lost a hungry box at a tournament one time. He's like, I just got bored. And I was like, I mean, sometimes you just get bored. You're playing on stage in front of thousands of people and you just get bored,
And we've seen Chango do this before,
Yep.
So he is very content to back air and fade away in the corner.
Yep. I think it was him who beat Chudat at one of the Genesises by timing him out. And so, he has that in his blood somewhere, He's just willing to go out there. And, man, that time he just waited for his opportunity, finds a triple back air. Polo, a couple times now, has not found the correct DI on this, like, wall of pain. Throwback to 2006 terminology. Ooh, finds the crouch jab. That jab looked disrespectful.
Disrespectful to Hungry Box.
Yeah,
disrespectful to me.
Oh, man. Oh, even that pound doesn't get punished. Everything's going Chango's way right
Missing
now.
every grab.
Yep. Sometimes you miss everything by just a couple frames and you get 4-stocked,
Yeah.
And you're like, you gotta believe me, it was almost not a 4-stock.
As they say, sometimes he don't miss, but sometimes he do.
Yeah, I wonder, sometimes, I think certain Puff matchups, this is showcased more, but I like to think a lot of times that every Puff matchup is 70-30 in favor of whoever has the lead.
True.
It's like, this is especially true in, like, Puff versus Ices, where she's just, like, can't lose when she has the lead.
Yeah, Peach Puff is 90-10 for whoever.
Right, yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, he's just running into these stray back airs. Like, he'll place 3 or 4 back airs in a row in the corner, and eventually the 5th one will hit because Falcon doesn't quite know how to, like, bait it out and punish it. So a lot of times you can't whiff punish it, right? Like, it's like, I don't know.
Right, and at this point, like, what else is Polo supposed to do?
Yep. Yeah, and a lot of times you actually have to trade percent to find leads like that. So, like, once you're this far behind and you can no longer go for a trade, you just need to clean beat out the back air. It kind of becomes a checkmate situation if the lead gets too big, because she will just trade her way until 50%, and then one of those backers will send you off stage. So, ooh, and there's the Dreamland counter pick coming to effect, surviving the knee at 88.
Yeah, it's just all going Chango's way right now.
It's like, how many coins can you flip heads in a row? Jesus.
Right.
Oh, 202%. Ordinarily, that'd be a pretty good percent to survive to for Falcon, but even now it feels like, that's too early.
Right, yeah.
Oh, and he finds the up tilt. Oh, this corner pressure is really oppressive right now. Yeah, so Chango's doing well of playing in the corner, but also when he has you, he's still willing to go for your throat, right? He's not just giving up opportunities to pressure. So
right
there, he was just like in the corner, and he's like, actually, I can just giga corner pressure you. So
Polo finally finding a grab.
Yeah. Oh, finds a
Oh!
stomp. Yeah, he needed
Jab
the read.
reset?
Yeah, he could have gone for a reaction, but when you're this far behind, he needed the read to get the stomp, the momentum into the big punish. Doesn't quite find it. Chango closes it out with a back air. Good closeout. Cool
Good
that
set.
in this matchup you get to save Dreamland for game 5 since FOD is just an even better counter pick.
Right, yeah.
Oh dang. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about because this is a Pokemon Stadium starter stage
hmm,
tournament, I think.
right.
I'm trying to think if that would affect